Okay, so the small topic which was left from the last week is about the cardiac glycosides. So whenever you hear the name cardiac glycoside, the first thing should come to your mind is the drug digoxin. This is the drug which is obtained from plants. So it is coming from plant origin. The name of the plant is Digitalis lanata. So here you can see Digitalis lanata. I'm sorry, the slide is not clear in the blackboard. So it is a plant source drug, and the name of the plant from where this digoxin is obtained is known as Digitalis lanata. The most important feature of cardiac glycoside is it is having ionotropic properties. That means it will increase the force of contraction of the heart. Inotropy means force of contraction. So these drugs, they increase the contraction of the heart, the force of contraction of the heart. So this is usually helpful to increase the cardiac output. So if the heart is failing, if the heart is weak, and if the heart is not able to pump the complete blood out of the out of itself, then cardiac glycosides are given so that the force of contraction of the heart increases and the heart is able to pump out the complete blood out of itself. So especially in weak hearts or failing hearts, what happens? The blood gets accumulated inside the ventricles because the heart is not very powerful to pump the complete blood out. So cardiac glycosides helps to increase the force of contraction and complete emptying of the blood from the ventricles is seen. Blood pressure, there will be no effect, and heart rate will be decreased because now the force have increased, so there is no need of increasing the heart rate. So complete cardiac output will be seen. These cardiac glycosides will have a minute diuretic action also, and if higher doses are given in the CNS, they cause nausea and vomiting. Now coming to the adverse effects. Now the adverse effects of digitalis are hypokalemia. Sorry, digitalis is very dangerous. It causes digitalis toxicity. Now as I told you earlier, if the drugs are from the plant origin, there are chances that the people might take it as suicidal attempt. So we have seen about opium also, opioids. So people, they take it for suicidal attempts. So similarly digitalis also, they take for suicidal attempts. That is known as digitalis toxicity. Now if somebody is having hypokalemia, that means the potassium levels in the body are decreased, it enhances digitalis toxicity. So less potassium aggravates the toxicity of digitalis. And apart from the heart, it is having other effects such as nausea, vomiting. I have just now told you abdominal pain is also seen, and in higher doses arrhythmia will be produced because the force of contraction is increasing and the heart rate is decreasing. So there are chances that there might be the generation of arrhythmias, that is irregular heartbeat. If the patient suffers with toxicity or any signs of toxicity are seen, first the drug has to be stopped. So digitalis has to be stopped, and then further treatment should be done in order to stop the toxic effects of digitalis. Now, what are the interactions? Diuretics along with cardiac glycosides, they cause hypokalemia. kalemia. Calcium synergizes with digitalis. So synergism you already know. Calcium and digitalis both have a synergistic effect. Calcium causes muscle contraction. Digitalis is also responsible for increasing the force of contraction. Both of them together will have a synergistic effect. If it is given along with adrenergic drugs, it will cause arrhythmia. So adrenergic drugs, the effect on heart and the cardiac glycosides together may lead to irregular heartbeat. Propranolol, verapamil opposes the inotropic effects. So propranolol is a beta blocker, verapamil is a calcium channel blocker. Both of them will oppose or stop the inotropic effect of digitalis. Plain lidocaine without adrenaline must be injected for dental anesthetics. So if a patient is coming to the dental clinic and he or she is taking a cardiac glycoside, then for those patients adrenaline cannot be given because adrenaline also increases the heart rate and force of contraction. Then already the patient is taking cardiac glycoside, that is also increases the force of contraction. So both adrenaline and the cardiac glycoside again together will have a synergistic effect. So in such patients, when local anesthetic is given for dental treatment, only plain lidocaine should be given without the addition of adrenaline to that. Now, what are the uses of cardiac glycosides in the heart failure patients? As I told you, for the failing heart or for the weak heart, when the cardiac output is very less, then these cardiac glycosides should be given in order to improve the force of contraction, because the blood remains in the ventricles at the end of systole. So when the ventricles contract, the ventricles are so weak or the contraction is so weak that the entire amount of blood is not able to pump out of the heart. So in such cases, cardiac glycosides will be given. It enhances the contractility and increases the ventricular ejection. So the complete blood is thrown out of the ventricle with the help of a cardiac glycoside. So this is a small subheading which was left from the last class regarding the cardiac glycosides.